Dutton, a couple of questions from our ABC Party team in Canberra on TikTok. The government's announced a ban on TikTok on government-issued devices. Something that you support?
Well, it is something that we'll support, and obviously we'll support decisions that the government makes that keep us safe and that are in our national interest. The government's been very praiseworthy of Scott Morrison and I and others within our government for the AUKUS deal, and we put that together wanting to keep our country safe, not just today but for decades ahead. And if the government has advice that it's unsafe to have TikTok on those government phones, then they're acting on that advice, and we would support that decision. It's obviously delayed in coming, and the government will have their own reasons as to why they didn't announce it last week or the week before that, even though they had the advice to do that. So I'm sure that's an answer that they can provide to you.
And should politicians and public servants be allowed to use that app on their personal devices?
Well, those of us in public life have to take advice from the agencies, from the head of ASIO and the head of ASIS and the other intelligence agencies, and if they're providing advice, it should be adhered to. And if people have got doubts, then they can contact the relevant contacts at ASIO or ASIS. But I think if the Director General of Security is giving advice to members of Parliament, they should follow it.
And last TikTok question: do you have concerns about the broader public's use of TikTok, and are there options available for the government to either restrict the use or cause TikTok's parent company to distance itself from China?
Well, look, I'd just say to particularly a lot of young Australians, we all spend a lot of time online now, on TikTok, on Instagram, other communication apps and messaging apps. Just need to be really cautious about the amount of detail and data that we put out there. It's particularly important for young boys and girls online because people are online grooming, they're assuming identities, and it can be a great place to exchange photos and videos and information and joke with your friends. But it can also be a very dangerous place because if you have somebody, whether it's a state actor or an organised crime group, collecting data, collecting personal messages, collecting those photos, that can be really worrisome. So I just think we need to listen to what the authorities are saying. They give the advice based on all of the intelligence available to them that lots of us just don't see on a day-to-day basis. And for that reason, as we would listen to the police about a drink driving message or a speeding message, or to lock your house up of a night time, you need to be safe online as well. And if people are concerned about data being vacuumed up through TikTok and other messaging apps, then the government's really got to do as much as they can on that.
We've got a very tight schedule, guys, so last one.
Okay.
One for Albury people. Price bills, power bills, are very high, and even higher for businesses that have such infrastructure to run like we see here. Back in 15th of December, did you not vote down a price intervention, an energy price intervention legislated by the Albanese government?
Well, I'll just make this point about the government's bill that they got passed, right? So if they're pretending that it didn't pass, then they're not telling you the truth. So the government got that bill passed. Nobody's power bill has gone down. So let's be very clear about it. The bill went through the Parliament, and I mean, just one of you tell me whether your power bill's gone down. Of course it's gone up because they're turning off an old system before the new one is built. And there's a huge demand for gas, an increasing demand for gas. And as President Biden's pointed out, in America, gas is a very significant and long-term part of their energy plan. So if you turn off gas, which is what the Labor Party is proposing, you're going to drive up people's gas bills. If you roll out 28,000 kilometres worth of new poles and wires across people's farms and across rural communities and through national parks, as Mr Albanese is proposing, at the cost of over $100 billion, your power bills are going to go up because the gas companies and the electricity companies won't pick up that bill. They're going to pass that on. And so we're not in favour of Labor's higher power prices. We're in favour of policies that bring it down. And if you've got demand for gas increasing and you're limiting supply, the gas price is going to continue to go up. So if Labor believes that power prices have come down or electricity prices have come down, produce the evidence. It's just not the case. And I don't think anybody should be fooled by that sort of rhetoric. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.